Yo,
Oh, what's going on, people? Welcome to Progress Over Perfection Pod. We're back after a little hiatus. I mean, probably my fault because I had a little shit going on with the arm and a big.
probably, probably.
Don't give me that, bro. I can't help, right? I can't help that I ended up with starting to get fucking sepsis. So then you got to get antibiotics and shit. So, but what's good anyway? How's things?
That's a pretty fair excuse, fair reason. I call it a reason, not an
Yeah,
excuse.
no, you can't be like excuse. It's
Yeah,
not an excuse.
I changed it. It's a reason.
All right, I'll let you
All
have it.
good, man. Just plugging away, living off coffee, all the cardio in the world, but closing in, closing in.
Good
So
man, good man.
good. How you getting on outside of
Hey,
sepsis?
I mean, had the start of sepsis, got antibiotics for that. Healing really well. Still not allowed to extend over 90 degrees, but it's has its challenges. I can move my arm up, so washing my hair is easy, but everything else, like normal life stuff, shits.
Okay.
So
It's your left arm, right? You right-handed.
yeah, I can use both. So it's more for like cooking and shit, mate. It's cooking and my washing up to pain in the ass.
You're
So if
not air fryer everything.
I used to air fry everything, but that's like a couple of years ago now, bro.
I got the new one. I don't know if you saw my
Oh
story. The
yeah,
new
I did.
travel one. Oh, mate, that one, top tier, top tier.
I love it, love it.
Next to
Right.
go to guys for to make progress.
I got some questions. We've got some questions today.
Yes.
Right then.
Got a couple.
Right. You know what? We'll start with something a little bit fun. What's your take on sliders, Crocs, or anything of the like in the gym from Sam?
Um,
I think me and you are going to disagree on this one.
I think I don't really care what people do. I
Yeah.
I personally wear Crocs, sliders, and stuff out and about. I never wear them in the gym. I think it's just not practical. It doesn't feel right. I can't live properly. But if people want to do it, I don't really give a shit. Like it should
Crocs,
just be if you get
Crocs,
injured, you drop something.
absolutely fucking not.
If you drop
But
something on your foot, like
are you
that's a
fucked?
you problem, not a gym problem. So let people be.
But
But
for me, like I wear like Birkenstock sandals in the gym on like a chest day or a back day. But
it's the same thing.
for but the whole point is I ain't stupid. I ain't gonna drop a weight on my foot.
But
Whereas some
what's
of
your
these people,
problem with Crocs?
I just don't fucking like them.
Oh, I love Crocs. I fucking love them.
Oh mate, I wear man Crocs. I wear like like the Birkenstock clogs.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
Bostons. So
Definitely
man
have to do
man
this.
clogs. So you wear kids Crocs. I wear man clogs.
Yeah, basically.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
I got
So yeah,
some Ugg ones as well the other day. Some
oh mate,
Ugg.
I got Ugg slippers, so I ain't even gonna argue with that.
See, it's like that, but they wear them out. The only problem is you can't walk properly in them. They're not for walking. They're for just like they're basically slippers,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
with an outdoor platform sort of thing.
fair, fair. Right, what else we got? I've got okay, so we got past the jokey jokey. Are there any unspoken rules or etiquette that I should know whilst I'm in the gym? That's from Amy.
Unspoken rules.
I think it just depends
Um,
on your gym, really, doesn't it?
yeah, wear deodorant. Don't smell before you get in there. That's like a
Yeah, like personal hygiene is one.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
make
standard.
sure you wash your clothes. Don't leave your clothes in your locker or anything like that.
That's what it is. It's not necessarily people not showering. They're using clothes that are not clean.
Yeah,
Definitely. It's just the
you know what?
basics.
I've got no issue with tripods in the gym, but don't like video your whole workout. Like if you need to record a few exercises or a few reps for your coach and stuff like that, I get it. But otherwise, like get your tripod out of the way because people are still trying to work out. People are still trying to walk past. If you've got it sitting in the middle of the gym floor constantly, at some point someone's going to knock it over, and then there's going to be some sort of friction. So record your couple of reps, and then just get it out of the way. The gym's a place for everyone. It's not for you and your tripod.
See, I don't agree. I think record all the fuck you want, but like when I record, I try to put my camera so it's not in the way
In
of people's out of the way. I might be shooting across the room, but I don't care, as in like a pathway, but I don't
yeah,
care if someone walks across it. I'd rather that than put my phone in the middle of the path and I'm just in the way of everyone. So I think just be
no,
mindful of where you put stuff.
that's fair. But I mean, obviously for you, obviously social media presence and stuff like that, you need to record a lot.
Mm.
So I'm just on about like everyday people. If you've got a coach, you don't need to video your whole fucking thing. Like you can video a set one week and then next week do it. Obviously, you can see improvements, obviously execution, reps, things like that. But for me, it's like people who, just record every single thing.
So if,
I've got no issue with recording, but you don't need to record the whole fucking thing.
see, I think like I don't care if you do it, like if people want to do it, go for it. But I think it really, if you're recording like every set, every exercise, it just takes away from your session. Your session becomes so much longer. You're checking, is it, did I get the right angle? Can I see clearly? Did I have
Yeah,
to
you're more focused on the actual video than yourself,
So when I obviously
which
like when
is
I'm in prep now and I'm closing in, it's like I don't have the energy and function to want to be faffing around with a camera. I just want to train and piss off home.
yep,
Um,
agreed.
but an unspoken thing would be like, when you're training, you're mid-set, I don't know, chest press or something.
I know
If
what you're gonna
someone
say.
starts talking to you,
Yeah.
even if they
Oh,
want
how
the kit,
many you got left, bro? How many you got
yeah,
left?
like I'm mid-set, I'm like, just hang on a minute.
For you, it'd be like, yeah, here you go. Have this 75. Drop a 75 on their Crocs.
Hmm. Yeah, just have some fucking common sense. Just let someone finish their set. And I spoke to my coach about before actually, even like, like when you're getting in the zone for a set, maybe you're walking up and down or you're like hyping yourself up in the piece of
Yeah,
kit or
yeah,
whatever it is, and you're about to go, someone talks to you, it's like, fuck me, are you sure? Like,
yeah, yeah,
just
yeah.
just give me a minute. You can tell when someone's like getting in the zone or if they're
Yeah.
mid-set, don't talk to them. Um, yeah,
No,
like just wait a minute.
definitely agree with that. What's your take on people in between sets just sitting on a bench texting away on their phone?
Doesn't bother me unless you're taking too long and taking a piss.
Yeah, that's my view on it. Like, some people I have a log on my phone which I log everything through. So I don't mind people getting on there, logging it, and then obviously, but let's say somebody has to jump in and you're sitting there like this, just
Mm.
scrolling through Instagram or TikTok or whatever, then it becomes a fucking issue. Then you need to move the
Yeah,
fuck
because
up.
I was tracking on my phone. And then you see a message pop up, and then you open it, and when you're mentally getting tired towards the back end of your session,
All
you
you need
start
to do is
opening that message,
hey,
and that
man, just put your
message
phone on do not
reply,
disturb, James.
chatting. Pardon?
Phone on do not disturb, mate.
Yeah, no, so I don't even log anything anymore.
I log everything, but I'll put my phone on do not disturb or airplane mode.
Oh, that's a good topic next.
Go on, then.
Logbooks, but we're still here. We're still here. What else? There must be loads of things. I'm really bad for it. I'll be on my piece of kit, and I got like my last set, but I can see the next piece of kit I want to use is free. I'm gonna
So you
put
go
my
move.
stuff. Yeah, I'm putting my stuff right next to that kit, my water bottle, maybe even my phone or whatever I've got there. I'm using it next because I want to get
Fair.
it out. It's probably not
Ah,
good etiquette, but I am fairly quick on what I use because other people are in the gym.
and then I think a good unwritten rule is always put your own fucking weights away.
Oh yeah, that's just standard.
Yeah, but if you're new to the gym,
Yeah.
you don't know it, and you see somebody leaving your weights out, you think that's cool, or you leave dumbbells in the middle of the floor.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ones in every gym. Make sure you put your
yeah.
own weight.
But I feel like that's like a gym, not a gym etiquette. It's like different gyms actually follow the rules, and then when everyone's following it, everyone follows it. When everyone's not.
That's a rule in that's a rule in every gym though. Make sure
Yeah,
you put
but
your own weight.
lots of gyms don't follow it and it's not enforced. So like if I
Yeah.
have to go to this kit and I have to unload everything and change everything because it's all fucked up, I'm not gonna unfix I'm gonna fix it, sort it out, and then tidy up after you. It needs to be, you know,
Yeah, so in my gym, it's enforced. If you get caught doing it the first time, you get warned. The second time, I think you get a 3 day ban, and the third time, you get a month ban. And if you get caught again, then you're gone.
like, back when I was like 21 working in a gym, me and my manager, he was like quite small. Obviously, I was quite small as well, but he was smaller than me. But like, we'd go up to like the biggest guys who left their weights, right? You left your weights, they're your weights. And obviously, they're like, no, it's not mine. Like, I saw you, I watched you. Because obviously, if you do it to the bigger people, then the small, like, you have not a
And
confrontation
everybody else
now,
follows
yeah.
suit.
Because they will see I'm happy to talk to him, so I'm fucking going to talk to you as well.
Yeah, yeah,
It came a bit of a game. It was quite fun, actually.
yeah. Yeah,
But
you got to always be done.
any more? Oh, one thing I noticed the other day, I was waiting for a stairmaster. I wasn't finishing my workout, but I was looking for a stairmaster just to see if I was finishing soon. and someone had left their like jumper and bottle. Mate, it was there for about 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah, that's not on.
But they just got caught up chatting. But for me, if when I was ready to use it, I'd have just because I've scoped it for so long, I'm just
Yeah,
taking it off, I'm putting on the piece of kit next to it, and I'm using the Stairmaster.
yeah. And if they come out, I'm using that. I'll just watch for 20 minutes. You ain't done nothing.
Exactly. You haven't. I didn't even know
Yeah,
who it was. I couldn't identify what person it belonged to because you have not been back to it at all.
yeah, that's fair. I agree with that one.
Next one though.
But you
Oh,
wanted to bring up logbooks.
yeah. Good.
You know what? You know what? At the start of your journey, I think logbooks are great because not even just at the start, but having one at the start. Obviously, if you've got a program just to track your weights and how your lifts are improving, brilliant. But obviously, you're going to probably say, "Oh, you're old school. You like a pen and paper." I like to use my phone,
Mm.
but you know what? I used to love pen and paper and a pad. But then, like, obviously now you've got like smartphones. I don't have to go back on weeks and weeks. I can literally go on my phone and it'll tell me what I lifted in like a shadow of writing, what I lifted last week and reps wise. So I know where I need to be at. And I don't have to flick back through pages and think, oh, what did I lift last week? What's this? What's this?
See, for me, it's not even about paper versus virtual. It's I don't actually logbook anything right now, and I haven't
Yeah, but
consistent.
you're
Okay.
again, right now, I wouldn't, whilst I was this far into prep, I pretty much my workouts would be very similar.
Mm.
And obviously you wouldn't be pushing ridiculously weights, pushing for PBs and stuff.
Oh, I'm still
But
pushing, but it's like
no, of course you're still pushing, but you're not going to be pushing for PBs and stuff like that. You're going to be moving at least like 85% of what you usually would, at
I'll
least.
take it. I'll take it. I'd literally take whatever's there on the day, but it's like my big compound lifts. I know exactly what I lift, that I can lift. I have to take into consideration where I am body weight wise, food wise. So like off
Yeah,
season, I picked up 80 kilo dumbbells. If I pick up my logbook, am I supposed to try and pick them up now? Like it doesn't make sense. You have
yeah,
to, there's so many different variables to consider. Um, but anyway, in like all my bigger lifts, I know what I lift. So like I did incline machine chest press 6 plates for 8 reps. So I know that mentally log that. So I know I need to
yeah.
be pushing towards that. But even outside of that, for me, it's just as long as you go in the gym and you give everything you can, there was no rep in the tank. There was no rep. No matter what paper I'd seen, no matter what app I'd seen, there's no rep there. It doesn't matter what I did last week.
That's fair. But I'm on about for people who first start in the gym, like for you, obviously, been doing this a long time. I'm about when you first come into the gym, you're given your plan by your coach or whoever. My whole point is, do you think it's good to have a logbook then so you can track progress? Because again, how some people say they don't see progress in the first, say, 3 or 4 weeks, they don't see it in themselves. But my whole thing is if they've got a log of their lifts and they can see their lifts slowly progressing and going up, then that's a mental barrier that they've broke through where they can see they're actually progressing before they see the visual change.
Yeah, I get it, and I have my clients use it. I just don't want anyone married to the logbook and be like, oh, I had a shit
No,
training.
of course.
I didn't, I regressed somewhat on this lift, but people
No,
have to
of course.
sleep, food, hydration, stress, and all
Yeah,
these other
there's
things.
so many, like you say, there is so many variables, I think.
Yeah.
But again, for somebody who's just starting out, I think it is a good tool to use.
I saw someone in the gym today, and I thought, do you think people will somewhat hold back from going all out this week, let's say, on a squat, so they can progress next week?
That's a good way to look at it.
Because I feel like
That's
people
fair.
don't actually understand. Because yeah, logbook's fine, and doing all these things are great, but the be all and not be all and end all, but the most important factor is your training intensity. So however you're gonna get that 100% training intensity consistently is what's gonna get you to the next level.
Yeah, of course. That's fair.
I had a random thought, and I see because I go to leisure center as well. I even see like older people, like not older, like older, like 60 plus. 60 is not even old. They're like 70 plus with logbooks. I'm like, fair play, like literally fair play, because like you said,
But then for them, that's going to be more of a mental challenge of trying to remember things. That's more
yeah,
to remind them.
but remind you like, not only what how much you lifted, but what exercise to do, what order you did it in,
Yeah,
and it gives you a plan of action of what you're doing today, so you're not just walking in the gym aimlessly.
yeah, of course. So
Yeah,
yeah, so there's reasons, times, and places.
yeah. It's whatever works for you, but it's trying to understand what is actually working for you.
Yeah,
You can't just
but
say I'm
that's where
doing.
obviously you need to. That's when it becomes trial and error.
Got any more questions? What we got? What we got? I got
What,
one.
what,
I got one.
what's this? Just me finding questions today. Uh,
It was
oh, go on.
one was what are your thoughts on is it SLU, SLU? Um, that new stuff that's come out. I've never tried it. I've heard lots talk about it. I don't have an opinion on it because I've never used it.
Yeah, same.
But you might have a more of an opinion on it's completely different, but another one would be Ozempic, semaglutide, Manjaro.
Fucking terrible.
I thought you'd have an opinion on that.
Fucking terrible for you. Do you know what? Like, I get it if it's used over a short period of time. For let's say you need to start. Let's say you're heavily obese and you need to have surgery or something like that, and you use it for a short period of time, let's say a month, and you drop 7 or 8 pounds. Then that's where you need to start changing it to, your food needs to be on point. You need to be working out and things like that because I know a few people who have been on it, and then once they've been on it for a long enough period of time, it starts to make them ill.
Mm.
They somebody used
That's what's
to
coming out now. Lots of talk about this.
stomach ulcers and things like that. Um,
People
so
are
yeah,
blind on
things like
it.
that. Pardon?
Losing eyesight on it.
Yeah, there's some really bad things happening on it, and again, it's used over a short period of time. Their first month or so, the weight it's not even it's fat loss; it's weight loss because a lot of people go catabolic on it because it just
You know,
destroys their hunger, so their body just eats into whatever it can. So for me, I would I'd never say use it, but if you're going to use it for a maximum of 6 weeks and then get the fuck off it.
see, for me,
Because
I've seen
yeah,
clients or ex-client use it and he's lost a ton of weight, a ton. But the problem is it completely blunts your hunger, which is obviously what you want, but it completely blunts it. So you don't want to eat anything, nothing at all. So then when you do eat, you still got these bad eating habits. So then you're not only
malnourished.
yeah, you're not eating enough anyway, but then the food you're eating is still the crap. So you're not getting any micronutrients, you're not getting any goodness because you're used to eating, I don't know, chocolates, biscuits, crisps. But
Yeah,
now but then before you would still have, a curry or whatever. So you'd still get some bits and pieces from, Whole Foods. But now all you need is, a pack of crisps at lunch, a
and a
chocolate,
sandwich.
and
You'll
yeah,
be done.
but you're actually full. Like you do not want
Well,
to.
it tricks the chemicals in your body to thinking you're full and turns off literally
Mm,
sensitivity to everything.
yeah.
So, like I say, it can be used as a tool in certain situations. I'd say for a short period of time, but I would never say use it for a long period of time because it's detrimental. Like you say, there's a lot of shit coming out now, and it's detrimental to your health.
See, I think that like as great as it is, like just looking at the benefits of it, you've been on 6 weeks, you've lost, I reckon people, if you're heavily obese, you lose 20 kilos, like, or not 20 kilos, but 20 pounds easily in six
Yeah, yeah,
weeks from eating, 5, 6, 7,000 calories of shite to eating, mate, I couldn't imagine most people eating like 2,000 calories on that
yeah.
without forcing it in. But let's say you did that. So you dropped like 75% or of
Your
your
caloric
daily
intake.
intake. So you lose a ton of weight. Cool. You eventually go to stop this Ozempic. And then after a while, your appetite's going to come back. And
Yeah.
what
And
do
then
you
it's going
do?
to
Because you
rebound
haven't,
hard.
yeah, you haven't looked into nutrition, you haven't um created any new habits, you haven't maybe started training, you just took something that blunts hunger, and the hunger's going to come back and ferocious. So
This is the same as like other things like let's say like Weight Watchers. People lose weight on Weight Watchers, but Weight Watchers don't teach you that after you come off Weight Watchers, how to deal with managing your food. And
manage
that's
it.
why most people they come off it, they rebound hard and they put on even more weight. And that's I think that's how companies and things like that gimmicky things like that keep people hooked because it
Oh
doesn't
yeah.
actually teach you anything. And I think that's where having a coach like myself or you think we're not just telling you what to eat, we're teaching you.
Mm.
So no matter whether you're with us for 3 months, 6 months, 5 years, whatever, you're going to learn. And that's something that you're going to keep for life, which you can pass on to other people. So I think, yeah, Ozempic and stuff and all that shit, not great.
See, for me, I think I might have said it before, but like near enough any diet with a name, and that normally means you're restricting something, like a
Yeah.
food group.
Yep.
You're probably not going to restrict that food group forever. So you go keto, you're not going to be keto forever. So you go keto for 6 weeks, and then you're like, screw this, I want carbs. How do you manage the carb intake? How do you manage normal eating or normal eating for you and your lifestyle, work, family? So if you can create those habits now from the get-go, make progress, which may be slower, but at least they're going to be lifelong. And like you
Yeah.
said, you're learning along the way. So, you know, obviously me and you eat chicken and rice every day, but we don't have our clients eat chicken and rice every day because there's so many ways to do things to
I mean,
make progress.
I don't eat chicken and rice every day. Like
You have chicken
today,
and rice every day.
most of the time, but today I haven't. Today I've had oats, cream of rice, steak, and like five of them lint balls,
Okay,
and
what's next
and,
for?
and a can of Coke Zero lemon.
Oh, mate, have you had the is it strawberry cream ones, Pepsi Max?
Mate, if we're gonna talk Pepsi. Literally, I'm in my dining room. I've got this. This is like
Lemon.
This is Pepsi Max mango.
Oh, I might go Tesco in a minute.
Mate, you need to. It's
Try the
that's a
strawberry
thing that.
cream. Strawberry cream, banging.
Mm.
Try it, try it.
You see, guys, you can have things like this.
Yeah. These are little things that like scratch an itch that just keep me going, you know. You could have a can of Coke. How much is a can of Coke in calories? A normal one.
And I haven't, mate. I don't,
Been a
don't
long
like
time.
cans of Coke.
I want to
So
say a couple hundred a couple hundred, you know. Um,
I mean, this is a Coke Zero with lemon, and that's 3 calories a can.
so I'd like to think, you know, a normal can of Coke has got to be like 150 plus calories.
Yeah, for a 330, you got to look at least 160, I reckon.
So then you remove that and that 150 calories, like you could have a Pepsi Max and a protein bar, let's say, or even a chocolate bar if you wanted.
Yeah,
It's just the little things that you can do and it doesn't affect you much. Even like when you go out and have a drink, you can switch your vodka and Coke to a vodka, Pepsi Max, or a Diet Coke, and it just helps you in the long run.
yeah, just a little bit of variety and spice it up.
Yep. Okay, cool. Benefits of getting protein from natural sources over protein shakes, bars, etc. Or does it not really matter?
I mean, in theory, obviously, getting it from whole foods is where you want to go. There's just a lot more nutrients in foods. I get protein bars, things like that are great. If you've got a busy life and you're on the go and you haven't got time for lunch, yeah, protein shakes fucking great, bang it in, done. But ideally, I would say from foods, just because there is also other nutrients, not just protein. So there's going to be vitamins and minerals in your sources, like say like steak, fish, like that. You might have omegas, good fatty acids, iron in your red meat.
Stout.
So ideally, I would say from foods, but that's the whole point of a supplement. It's to supplement your needs. So if you're trying to get 300 grams of protein and you can't eat 300 grams of protein, which comes from chicken, steak, fish, whatever,
So big.
getting an extra protein shake in, which is 50 grams, makes it a little bit easier for you.
When you break it down, I think 300 grams of protein from chicken, would it be about a kilo, just over a kilo cooked?
Probably, yeah. So what a normal chicken breast leaves you 200 grams cooked down, say 170. That's 50 grams of protein. So
Mm,
yeah,
about a kilo.
yeah,
See, but like we have to remember what the podcast is for normal people. Like for me, I have 5 meals a day, so eating 200 grams,
yeah. Same for me.
grams of chicken cooked, so that's like 250 raw. Like it's very normal for me and what we do, but it's not normal for most people to even have the time to sit there, have the meal, have it cooked, whatever, let alone want to
Exactly.
eat chicken breast all the time. So I
And
think,
again,
um,
go on. Sorry, man. Sorry, go on,
I
Karen.
was going to say that like you said, whole foods are more important, but you can add. So like you want to, I don't have numbers, but let's say you want 80% of your protein coming from whole foods, and then
Yeah,
you can add the rest from protein. And I think using things like protein bars, nice shakes, they help you. So you have a protein bar, it can replace a chocolate bar. So you
yeah,
still get the nice touch of something that you enjoy. You get a little bit of protein, but you're not so restricted. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd rather have, a kilo, 300 grams of protein from protein bars, but you also have to look at the digestion. Like your body will be screwed after all that.
yeah,
That would be
of
about
course.
15 protein bars, 15 good protein bars. So even
Yeah.
a smaller one, you're looking at like 20 bars.
And that'd probably still cost you more than a kilo of chicken. Well, way more than a kilo of chicken, yeah.
Yep, yep, yep. Um, oh, that's a good one. I didn't read this. How do you deal with negativity towards your goal or journey? If one more friend or family member says to me, I'm gonna end up looking manly, I'll be a millionaire.
Oh, mate, this is a good one. I would just say, listen, clearly you haven't read a fucking book. Clearly you don't know human biology.
All done a Google search, take you two
Yeah,
seconds.
clearly this is from a female. So
Yeah.
it's literally just tell them to go and read a book. You don't have the testosterone capability to get massive. What you're going to do is you're going to tone up and you're going to get strong. That's what's going to happen.
And
And
you're
you know
gonna
what? Yeah, you're gonna lose some body fat. So yeah, you might look like you've got gained a lot of muscle, but in reality, you probably haven't gained too much muscle. It's the fact that the more muscle you have, the more calories you burn. So the more body fat you burn. So you're just gonna look better and you're gonna be stronger,
and
feel
feel
healthier. So fuck everybody else's opinion. And this is literally how I live it. It's literally your opinion is what matters the most. Friends and family, if they don't support you with it, or they say, just wait and see, just wait and see, and then at a certain point they'll be like, oh, I guess I need to go to the gym now.
Mm. Do you know what I think? Like, because I have these conversations all the time and they pop up, and over the years, like when you work a normal job, when you got meal prep and people are going out, people always ask questions. It's more of a reflection of themselves
Yeah,
because
yeah,
they can't do it or they're not willing to do it or they don't see the benefit in doing it. So by you, exploring your fitness journey means they're not exploring theirs and they can see you're potentially going to make all this progress and they're going to be stuck still. Like people who want to, you go out for a drink or you're out in a bar and you want a Diet Coke, but they want you to drink. How does me drinking make your night any better? How
yeah,
how does
exactly.
that help? Because you'll feel better in yourself knowing we're both, doing something. I don't know if negative is the word, but something unproductive to a degree, and you'll feel better because I'm doing it with you. So
Yeah,
for me, it's like you'll get a gauge of people really quickly who supports you and who doesn't. And the ones that don't, over the years, I just keep myself to myself. Like
and
I don't
yeah, and
tell
you find
people.
eventually they just fade away.
Yeah, and if it's like family and stuff, they will eventually see the progress, and they'll be like, "Wow, how did you do
Then
that?"
it
Da-da-da. And it's like, "Oh,
flips the switch.
can you help me? I should have done this." Da-da-da. But like when I was teaching in school, like no one knew I was a bodybuilder. No, and when we had like functions and barbecue, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm on a diet. I'm just on a diet. I'm just trying to lose some weight." And you just try to minimize the conversation, so I don't need your opinion on what I'm doing.
Yeah, it's
And
it's my choice of what I do. So yeah,
so I think you got to just, I think we spoke about it before, just choose your circle wisely. And obviously, we can't always choose our circle wisely because of colleagues and family and stuff. But I think it comes down to, oh, sharing, bear with me, just share as much as you're willing to with certain people because
yeah,
certain people will get it, certain people support you, and then the others will just try and bring you down.
yeah, because they don't get it and they don't understand it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. I like that.
These are from Tracy, and I got another one, a bit different. Does creatine make you look fluffy, as in a bit porky? A gym goer mentioned it to me. He's no expert, so I thought I'd ask the experts.
No.
But yeah, but this is like such common
Yeah, this is like this is these
these
people
myths.
who, yeah, mate. Oh, wow.
Oh, I took creatine. Holding lots of water and all of this stuff because they haven't understood what it's actually doing. And actually,
Yeah.
it was one of the most researched supplements for fucking years. And now
Still,
they're doing even more research
yeah,
on it. It's
still
like,
is. It is that and protein are the two most research supplement in the world. And like you say, they've just done a new study on creatine, which helps with cognitive behavior in the older generation of people. So now it's advised that people over the age of 50 and 60 take creatine every day in a smaller dose than what I think they've said turn around between 3 and 5 grams a day,
Yeah, I
which
think it's five standard. I'm having like 10 to 15.
yeah, it's the same as me. But again, it's the most studied thing on the planet. This is if anybody says that to you, just ignore what they've got to say because they clearly, again, haven't been on the internet or read a fucking book.
But what it is the creatine helps to push water into the muscle. Excuse me. So that watery look people are talking about is when you got water outside the muscle, makes you look softer, fatter, fluffy. But creatine helps push water into the muscle. So if you look at it like when you talk about flat and fullness, so when you
Yeah.
look at a raisin, if I fill it with water, it pumps up and it will look like a grape. So if that's your muscle's now a grape, so it's going to look bigger, rounder, fuller. So that's an easy way for me
That's a
to.
good analogy there, mate. I
Yeah.
like that.
Because
Yeah.
when I was younger, like when you start bodybuilding, like they're full, they're flat, and I was doing it like just bodybuilding. I just didn't know what, and I just was like, whatever, I don't know what you're talking about. And then someone said that to me, and I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then since then, it's just stuck, and it's like, yeah, it just makes sense. And
Yeah,
then,
it's a
oh,
good way to look at it. But there is so many more benefits to creatine.
we
Obviously it
haven't
can be
got
used
through
for
that. Yeah,
a multitude of different things. So like obviously recovery and strength is
yep.
really good, especially in females. It's I would say use it. Don't worry too much about what Mickey Mouse, the guy down in the gym, says. I mean, it might be slightly offensive to Mickey Mouse, to be honest.
Yeah,
So
she called him gym goer. I think she's being nice. So yeah, Mickey Mouse goes, but it's not Mickey Mouse. People don't really understand, so they. But I feel like when you don't understand something, you probably shouldn't share your opinions on things to others
yes,
until you
and
have a better understanding of it.
again, like nobody knows everything, but again, until you actually have some degree of knowledge about something, again, don't share it
Yeah,
because that's how like misinformation happens, and then obviously misinformation passes to somebody else, to somebody else, to somebody else, and that's how things get lost and squiffed and shit.
definitely. You got any more questions?
Yeah, I've got one. Sorry, someone's just trying to call me.
You're a busy man.
No, I'm cooking dinner. That's all, mate. Da, da, da. What do I do when I hit a plateau? It's from Chris.
Um, so many ways to answer it. A
Again,
plateau.
it
God.
depends on a plateau with whether it's muscle gain or weight loss.
Oh,
There's
see, I was thinking exercise.
but again it could be
Yeah.
exercise plateaus as well. So we literally it's not really a broad it's quite a broad question.
That's very, yeah, that's everywhere.
Okay, let's go exercise plateau.
Extra plateau, first acknowledge, is it a plateau? Is it just one a week? Maybe you slept bad, hydration's off, this, that, and the other. If it's a few weeks, I'm on the bench press and I can't, progress past it, I'd probably just rotate the exercise out and do a Smith machine press for, the next block, until I plateau there, switch back in, bench, or maybe go somewhere else and then switch it back in.
Again, exercise order as well could be one. If you're doing your bench press at the end of your workout and you're absolutely knackered, try moving it to the front of your workout. When you're a lot fresher, you probably will be able to push a little bit more, therefore breaking through a plateau.
I think you have to also look at, like, let's say it's even a fourth exercise in bench press. If you're taking PBs on all the other three exercises, you might be impacted on the fourth one.
Yeah.
You just got to have a look at
And
it.
accumulative fatigue is going to kick in at some point.
What about muscle gain plateau?
Again, you're going to have to look at obviously
A lot of
intensity of workouts. You're going to have to look at obviously calorie input, whether your calories are high enough, whether you need to push them slightly. Again, exercise rotations. There's so many different ways to
yeah.
break through a plateau with that.
But even if you're like peak off season, can't get any more food in, like there's always a point in gaining weight, losing weight, even exercises. You hit your peak.
The roof.
Like,
And yeah, that's
I'm on 6,000 calories. I can't eat another thing. My appetite's shit. It's affecting my training. Sometimes you have to pull back.
yep, drop down a touch,
Yeah.
lose a little bit of body fat or a little bit of weight in general. drop the weight on an exercise before you
Start
push
going,
it
yeah.
in.
And the
Like a
same with
little,
loss. If you're going
yeah,
down and you're on like, I don't know, let's say you're on 1,000 calories and your body's stuck there. Yeah, it will be stuck there because your body's adapted to that amount of food going in. So sometimes you need maybe a refeed, a diet break,
yeah.
cheat meal, or
Even
even
just a
just
couple of
reduce.
a higher calorie, yeah, couple of higher calorie days where you don't train and then come back to it, and then obviously
Wait, it's funny though. You'll have a cheat meal, or you'll have a high day, or double your food, or double your carbs. Let's say
you come back and you're lighter.
exactly, and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe it! This is amazing." Like, so
Body just uses
knowing
everything.
when, yeah, but it's all about looking at the bigger picture. So, how is your training? How was your appetite? How was your sleep? How is hydration? How is training performance? There's so many things, but we obviously run out of time, so we're like
Yeah, we're just
running
running
through
through
it.
this.
Yeah. So maybe
But
this question, maybe we'll dive into next week.
yeah,
Uh,
maybe on the next one we'll have that as our first question.
yeah, I think
So
there's a.
Chris, you'll get a more in depth. You'll get a more in depth answer on this one on the next poddy.
Oh. But yeah, that's a wrap, guys. That is time. Um, Thanks for all the questions. We got quite a few today. That was really good. So
Yeah.
keep sending them in. If you can, share our stuff. If you're interested in coaching, hit us up as well. Um,
And the next one, I will not be in my boring ass dining room. The next one will be from Portugal as I'm going to support one of my boys. I'm meant to be there with him competing, but just going to support him in his show. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have a glass of wine and
on
we'll
the
have a little
balcony,
progress. You
out on the
what?
balcony.
Yeah, maybe on the balcony, maybe even a coffee shop. We'll see, or
Yeah,
even at a bar. Do a
in a
rooftop bar.
farm.
Nice sunset behind us. Set the ambiance.
Oh man.
Well, yeah, man. So until the next one.
Yep, yep. Peace.